Marcus, he's a loving boy.
Growing up, he was always like very aware of other people and how they felt.
He'll befriend a kid over that doesn't have any friends.
But he doesn't say much. Dominique is the opposite. Dominique want to talk, he to yep, here.
He's a natural leader. He wants perfection.
Not the center of attention, but he's just driven.
He's always trying to push those around him to be better.
Growing up, Marcus was usually over by himself or with like a small group.
I was envious on how well he was able to make new friends and be friends with people he'd never met before. I think it was more on my part wishing I could be like him.
Dom always was hard on his brother. You know, it got to a point in high school where, you know, Marcus was like, just started ignoring Dom. Whatever, Dom, you know, you always want to tell me what to do.
A lot of the time, I think maybe it would have started as something like, hey, you can do better. You can push a little bit more, like speed up, you're good. To maybe more negative, like, come on, dude, we know better than that. I wanted him to do things like me. I wanted him to be popular or more liked. I had this vision that he needed to be something else. This was a process of just building on things and things. And sometimes it got really personal to where the little jabs were enough to just, you know, him to go be very defensive and just not talk to me.
And he's like, oh, I'm so glad I have like 2 moms, you know? That's what Marcus would say to Dom, because it was kind of like that dynamic of just like, okay, I already get it from mom, like being a motherly type of thing, and then now I'm getting it from you, and it's just like, you're supposed to be my brother, not my mom.
I think by doing that all the time, it's got to a point it just started to push him away. You know, I'm tired, you know? I'm tired of you always getting on me. I'm tired of you always telling me I'm not doing it right.
When Dom first left for his mission, he left early his senior year, I was actually a little happy. Because I was like, oh, I got my space. No one's really bothering me. The spotlight is kind of on me, you know? He's gone. I'm still playing sports. My time to shine. The weird thing is like you don't know what you have until it's gone. What I realized was when I first started practicing for track, I didn't have anyone to push me.
It kind of sunk in. Like, it's different without my brother. You know, it's weird now. I'm walking in stores and stuff and like looking back, my brother's not there.
You know, it's that last rep, you're tired and you're like, oh, I'm already so far ahead. I'm sure if Dom was there, he would have pushed me further.
I was just so into myself and how I was doing or how my brother wanted to be like me that even on my mission, it almost seemed like I wasn't missing him. It takes a strong and terrible experience that Marcus has to go through for me to kind of wake up and be like, what's going on? Like, what did I do? Am I involved in this? And it turns out that I was.
The effect of Dom being gone made it so I actually didn't run that good at first. It was hard for me because, you know, he was out doing something good and I had chosen to stay home. I think that's when I started to spiral in my mental health a little bit. I was feeling really lonely. You know, I didn't have my partner. I just felt down. It was hard to sleep. I just wasn't myself.
I felt terrible. I was supposed to be there for my brother in a crucial moment.
He really came to that point of, I really miss my brother, love my brother. And see Marcus going through what he was doing and everything. It's like, man, I wish I could have talked to my brother first, you know? Why didn't he call me? Whatever. It's like, you know, why would he call you, you know? And then he's like, you know, I need to be there for my brother. I really need to be there for my brother.
The first thing I did to change was I prayed to God for forgiveness, that there would be a way to help my brother. And the sad part was, when we would start to talk, I would have no intention of getting on him. He still had this defense up. He didn't know what I was actually trying to get to, what I was trying to talk to him about. And so he would almost avoid the conversation because he feels like I'm gonna jab at him, I'm gonna say something wrong.
He hadn't built the trust. It just wasn't there for him to be able to say like, hey man, I'm about to break, you know. I'm not making it out here. This is really bad.
It kind of was a shock to me because at the time, my mindset was like, he's not gonna forgive. He won't change. A mission can't change him.
Little by little, Marcus opened more up to me. He realized like, oh, like, he's not trying to do anything. That added to my guilt when I realized like, wow, it's that bad.
Sometimes something needs to be removed for you to realize how much you need it, how much you love it, how much you want it, how much you appreciate it. You know, sometimes being separated from something is what we need to have that perspective of what's important to us.
So we reunite. I get to see my brother in person again. You know, I'm thinking, oh, you know, I'm tough, all this stuff, but I actually start, you know, tearing up a little bit because I didn't realize how much, you know, I'd missed my brother.
They had both recognized how much they needed each other and the hard things that they had both faced individually. And when you come together and you feel that healing, you just really can't explain it, you know?
You are your brother's keeper. You understand? You need each other. I said, you guys are more stronger together than you are apart.
Since the realization of the damage that I've done and this new time of healing that me and my brother are in, it feels good. It feels like this is the part of the prayer that's being answered when I ask God for, you know, forgiveness. That I have an opportunity to actually put my own effort, own actions to fix my wrongdoings. And not so much that like, oh, everything will be well, I fixed everything, but for me and my brother to both realize like we need each other. We need to be there for each other.
Our journey of our relationship has taught me patience, understanding that you need to forgive daily, and you have to look on the inside, because if something is making you upset, it's because you're letting it make you upset.
I love my brother so much.
I do love my brother.
Probably not a good question to ask me how far am I willing to go, but I would do anything for him.
If he needs me to do anything, I'll do it. Of course, if it's anything bad, I'll talk him out of it, but I got him.